Welcome to Monday Morning Quarterback, Playoff Edition. As anyone who watched it, any of it, even just the fourth quarter, will agree, the divisional round playoff game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills will certainly go down in history as one of the greatest playoff games in NFL history. Two very good teams, two of the game's best young quarterbacks going head-to-head, toe-to-toe, play for play. It was unbelievable. One of my favorite plays in that game came late in the game with just under 3 minutes to play. The Bills were down. They were faced with a 4th and 4. Josh Allen, the Bills quarterback, got the snap, and the defenders were on him almost immediately. He backed up to get away. He was almost tackled, but managed to get away from a defender who had gotten his hands on him. He drifted right a little bit, narrowly avoided another defender, moved right again. Then he ran right. He started running forward, he faked a throw, and then finally sprinted for the first down, got out of bounds to kill the clock. It was a great play. It was also a great example of the old adage, keep your eyes downfield. Quarterbacks are taught, they are trained to keep their eyes up, to keep their eyes downfield. Don't look at the defenders kind of crashing in from their left or their right. They have to keep their eyes up, look downfield. Is anyone open? Can I throw the football? Can I run for the first down? Where is the marker? No matter what's happening around them, they have to keep their eyes up and downfield. Young quarterbacks, when they practice their footwork, they're taught not to look at their feet. Don't look at the cones. They're doing all these complicated drills, these complicated steps with their feet. They want to look down, but their coaches tell them, don't look down. Don't look at the cones. Don't look at your feet. Keep your eyes up. They're training them from a young age to keep their eyes downfield. On Sunday, we continued our current sermon series, Beginning Again with God. We are beginning the new year with the book of beginnings, the book of Genesis, because Genesis helps us begin again with God. On Sunday, I preached on beginning with rest, and we discovered that our work begins with rest. It begins with the rest of God, with the Sabbath rest of God. Over the centuries, the millennia, in fact, the Sabbath, the day of rest, has empowered the Jewish people, has made it possible for the Jewish people to keep their eyes downfield, no matter what else is going on around them. So often they have lived scattered, oppressed, persecuted, chaos everywhere, violence around them, and yet one day in 7 they stop. They worship God. They break bread and celebrate a meal with one another, and that day of rest empowers them, has always empowered them, helped them to keep their eyes downfield. The Sabbath looks back to creation, but it also looks ahead to redemption, to salvation. It reminds them while they may be cursed, they may be hated, they may be viewed with suspicion and hostility, the Sabbath is a gift that helps them remember who they are and whose they are and where they are going. No matter what anyone else says, they are called and chosen and beloved of God. The Sabbath is a gift that helps all of us, all who follow Jesus, to keep our eyes up and downfield. The Sabbath is a picture not just of the past, but of the future. God dwelling with His people resting in His rule. So what's the game plan for this week? Keep your eyes up. It could be one day out of 7 this week, you take a day of rest, to rest in the presence of God, to rest in the goodness of God, to celebrate God's goodness with family and friends. But it also could be that each day, maybe at the beginning of the day, the middle, or the end, you stop. You take a deep breath. And in that rest, that gift of rest from God, you allow God to remind you who you are and whose you are and where you are going. You were created and saved to dwell together with God, to live your life together with God. You are called and chosen and blessed and beloved, and that's who you are. And the gift of rest is for all of us a chance to pick our eyes up beyond the chaos that surrounds us to the goodness of God. That's the game plan for this week. Keep your eyes up. Receive God's gift of rest. I hope you have a great week.